What's the biggest worry that Americans have when it comes to their retirement security? Having enough dough for health care? Maintaining a reasonable standard of living throughout retirement? Running through savings too soon? All of these issues are on Americans' radar, but the biggie, according to a survey of 800 retirees and pre-retirees released earlier this year by the Society of Actuaries, is inflation. Specifically, fear that rising prices will erode the real value of retirement savings and investments. Fully 69% of retirees and 77% of pre-retirees listed this as a major worry, ranking inflation above all other retirement concerns. This trepidation is justified. A healthy 65-year-old man today has a life expectancy of 20 or so years, while a woman the same age can expect to live another 22 years on average. But those are averages. Many people are going to live longer, much longer, which is why you should generally plan as if you'll live into your early or mid-90s, or even longer if your family has a history of long lifespans. Given a 25 to 30-year retirement, even modest levels of inflation can seriously undermine purchasing power. For example, if inflation moseys along at a 2.5% annual pace, which is lower than the 3% annualized inflation rate over the past 30 years, you would need $1,854 25 years from now to have the equivalent buying power of $1,000 today. So, how can you prevent inflation from ratcheting down your lifestyle over the course of retirement? Here are a few tips. Start by building as large a nest egg as possible. The more you have tucked away in savings and retirement accounts, the bigger the cushion you'll have against rising prices in the future. Invest at least a portion of your retirement kitty in stocks. Yes, the stock market can be a scary place, but over the long term, stocks provide the growth you need to maintain the purchasing power of your savings. The key is dialing back your stock exposure as you get older so a market setback doesn't decimate your nest egg. By the time you hit retirement, you should likely have about 50% of your savings in stocks, and by the time you're into your 70s or 80s, that percentage should probably drop to 20% or 30%. If you haven't retired yet, consider delaying signing up for Social Security. Every year you postpone between ages 62, the earliest you can sign up, and age 70, you increase your monthly check by about 8% or so. That higher benefit will also provide an inflation hedge, as Social Security benefits are tied to increases in the Consumer Price Index. Finally, consider an inflation-adjusted immediate annuity. An immediate annuity is a good way to get more assured lifetime income than Social Security alone can provide. But without an inflation rider, the real value of an annuity's payments will decline over time. Adding inflation protection will lower the size of the monthly check you'll initially receive, but you'll know that the payment will keep pace with inflation and protect your purchasing power. Bottom line, there's little any of us can do to control inflation, but by taking a few precautions, you should be able to prevent this threat from undermining your retirement.